I got a quick one. You can use it for a sound bite or anything, but this is shit I was jotting down. I can't remember. It ties into nature, but I wrote down four seasons and some of the similarities we were talking about with looking at death and life and ends of the spectrum, if you will. I've always told people that I like the four distinct seasons. I've lived all over the place, overseas and all that stuff. I grew up in the Northeast Pennsylvania. I like the Northeast area because I like four different seasons. Why? Why do I like four different seasons? I think because the two favorite seasons are spring and fall. I love fall that we're in right now. And a lot of people do, especially in the area in the Northeast because of the foliage change. That's not a uncommon thing, right? But if you think about it, it could kind of be a little morbid because here is the shift from life to death in plants and all the foliage around here. And that's literally the visual cues with the sun changing. That's the visual cues for the certain biology to change its circadian rhythm, and that's what changes the cycle and all that stuff. That's what a lot of people like to see. That's in the gray area of life. Transition from life to death is a cycle. And I think, and I'm getting a little philosophical here, but this is how I put it down. That's why I think, to tie it back, I think it's important to how life is like this, acknowledging that sometimes we're going a little bit closer to death and sometimes we're going a little closer to life, and that's okay. It's understanding the importance of the moment, whether it's good or bad, but knowing that you're not going to be there forever, that things continue like water. That's all I wanted to say about that.
No, I think that's an awesome thought and concept, and that came up, talking about the idea of impermanence, which is sort of part of like a Buddhist philosophy, where in certain areas, Bhutan, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, the country of Bhutan, they deliberately think about death at least 3 times a day, every day, and because of that, they're happier, because they realize of how temporary everything alive is, and it all will come to an end at some point for everyone. So if you remember that, instead of pretend that won't happen or ignore it, you're way more likely to live a much more happy and more full life. And that's definitely a lesson that I took away from this book that I'm going to try to transfer to daily life for sure.
Yeah, I think it's important to have the whole life part of the equation in the windshield, and the death part, maybe in the side mirrors, understanding that you've seen it before, it's coming, but life goes this way. And so, yeah. Harumph.
Yeah, that whole piece about, nothing being permanent, I just always think of, it's a fella from back home that, is my dad's best friend. I mean, this guy's, I don't know, 76, 77 years old. Just worked hard his whole life, and now is enjoying retirement, and is very, like, every day they have an alarm set at their house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's happy hour. It doesn't matter what they're doing. They mix 2 fingers and they go out to the porch. Jerry and his wife Buggy, and they sit on the porch. If it's 82 degrees, they sit on the porch if it's 85 degrees, and they have a drink. And other people now know this and come by. Because, oh, well, it's 4 o'clock. I was close. I knew you guys would be having a drink. And what Jerry has always been telling me, because he knows the kind of person I am, and he is one that constantly reminds me it's about the ride. Has no, he's like, you're going the same place I'm going. It's about the ride. So
It
enjoy
is.
and think all the way back to you when you were an airman and you were, where are we going? Doesn't matter. We were going there together, and it was just Friday afternoon. We were going somewhere, and it didn't matter where. And never let it stop being about just going. And it's I know it's something that helps me with that. Is yeah, it's about the ride. Enjoy that part.
Hell yeah. I like that a lot. And that reminds me of, we had a place in the Poconos back there in PA. Our neighbor across the street, same exact thing at 4 p.m. every day, same time even. His drink though was a Tom Collins. He had a Tom Collins every day at 4 p.m. and he'd always play some old crooner. I can't remember his name, but you'd hear him playing it loud, and you could always go over and hang out and get a drink with him if you wanted, or just enjoy it from afar. But it's the same thing, man. That's awesome. That's good stuff. So the closing note I have. Sorry, I'm just typing up some time hacks here. Ignore me. Is okay.